monster is a lung made of damp, cold stone, while you are a frequency, a rattle in the bone, running through the leaden hail of every modern street, with a character of wire and a rhythm of defeat. I am the stillness at the center of the wheel, watching you bartered for the glass and for the steel. Your identity is a garment that is catching on the thorns of a century of hunger and the blowing of the horns. I'll tear the stitching from the silence of my years to build a pyre out of all my sterile fears. When the city turns to powder in the logic of the gun, I'll be the chemical brilliance of a solitary sun. I will shatter the vessel of the eye that I have made to cast a single lantern on your desperate masquerade. You cross the iron border with a salt stain on your chest, while I merge with the vacuum and the finality of rest. The sacrifice was heavy, but the world remains the same, a long gray vibration with forgotten name. You are walking in the distance, you are walking in the cold, with a heart made of fragments and a story already told. I'll tear the stitching from the silence of my years to build a pyre out of all my sterile fears. When the city turns to powder in the logic of the gun, I'll be the chemical brilliance of a solitary sun. I'll tear the stitching from the silence of my years to build a pyre out of all my sterile fears. When the city turns to powder in the logic of the gun, I'll be the chemical brilliance of a solitary sun. Blueprint is bleeding through the plaster of the hall as the citizens are sprinting through the cracks within the wall. You are wearing a confession like a heavy rented coat, trying to hide the tremor in the syntax of your throat. I am the error in the ledger, the sound they didn't map, watching the machinery preparing for the snap. You're a target in the crosshairs of a faceless cold decree, looking for a shelter in a non-entity. I'll step into the center of the focus in the file to burn my own biography in the middle of the aisle. I am the bonfire of the papers, the distraction of the frame, so the lens loses the focus on the letters of your name. A momentary blindness in the architecture's eye, purchased with the records of the life that I deny. System filed the carbon of my marrow in the vault, assigning all the damage to a technicality of fault. You cross the picket line with a new and hollow face, ready to resume a role in a different commonplace. The light I sent upward was a glitch upon the screen, a temporary witness to the ghost in the machine. Yeah. Fog in this valley is a thick and greasy soup, where the ghosts of the fathers sit upon the porch and stoop. You're a heartbeat in a blender, a girl with broken eyes, running through the gauntlet of the local lead and lies. They treat you like a trophy, then they treat you like a stain. In the middle of the winter, in the cold acidic rain, your normal is a costume, but the fabric is too thin to hide the jagged history of the place that you are in. And I'm going to the tanks where the sulfur starts to boil, to write a final sentence in the gasoline and oil. The boom will be a sermon that the valley won't forget, exposing every monster that the darkness hasn't met. I'll be the white hot center of a Saturday night, giving you the window for a scorched and dirty flight. Of the dirt that lies beneath. Whenever there's a flicker on the edge of a new town, you feel the gravity of the metal as it's coming back down. Free within the trauma, free within the heat of a man the city buried and the silence of the street. Where the sulfur starts to boil, to write a final sentence in the gasoline and oil. The boom will be a sermon that the us chose the inkwell, the other chose the street, where the money and the violence and the social ladders meet. I watched you coming back with a heart already cold, tangled in the bargains that the neighborhood had sold. You were running through the gunfire of a fake and polished road, while the Smarginatra took a portion of your soul. Oh. I am the quiet witness to the murder of your grace, beneath the heavy powder of your Neapolitan face. When the scandal hit the cobbles like a bucket full of glass, I stepped into the center to let the bullet pass. I blackened my own name to cover up the stain on yours, tearing down the structure of my own domestic shores. An explosion of a loyalty that's built of love and hate, throwing all my safety to the hunger of the state. You kept your social standing and you kept your bitter pride, but the gratitude is a border that we cannot step inside. I watch you from the shadows of a separate dry life, two broken pieces cut by the same plebeian knife. The sacrifice was absolute, the bridge is made of bone as we inhabit the silence of our separate jagged stone. Fans are like the wings of some brightly painted bird, hiding all the malice in every whispered word. You're a genuine vibration in a theater of the thin, trying to play the ingenue to hide the rot within. The audience is hungry for the cracking of your soul, waiting for the moment that you stumble in your role. The noise of the salons is a heavy velvet net, trading in your virtue for a debt you haven't met. I'll provide the curse of shame to draw the public fury to the mention of my name. I'll take your every secret, every debt and every sin, and dress them up in satin before the lights begin to dim. A spectacular combustion of a life built on a whim, just to keep the shadow from the border of your rim. They enjoyed the velvet descent, while you went back to living in the common and the spent. A phosphor in the heavens for a second and a beat, the only piece of beauty in a life that's far too neat. You walk without a mask now, but the heart is still in two.